YouTube Sub4Sub is the worst thing that you can do if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to look at why YouTube Sub4Sub is bad for channel growth, and we're going to get started right now. In case you don't know what Sub4Sub is, that's basically where you are exchanging your subscription to one channel and in return they subscribe to you. These Sub4Sub exchanges are popular in YouTube comments, in Facebook groups, Discord servers, Telegram groups, etc. These are groups where basically only these Sub4Sub exchanges happen, and basically at the end of the day everyone is just wasting their own time. So why is YouTube Sub4Sub bad for your channel growth? Well, firstly, it can actually get your channel deleted because Sub4Sub actually goes against YouTube's fake engagement policy, as you can see on the screen. And if that wasn't enough, the actual engagement from people who are interested in your content will plummet. It will nosedive and bomb. It'll be completely gone. This is because the Sub4Sub subscribers won't actually watch your content. And when you release a new video, YouTube will see that no one that they've pushed this content to, so these Sub4Sub guys, aren't watching your videos. So they'll think it's bad content and it shouldn't promote it to anyone else. And this then means that it won't get promoted to the people who are actually interested in your content, who will actually help your channel grow. Effectively, this basically is worse than starting from scratch. So even though you might be doing Sub4Sub to get some vanity metrics, you're actually making your channel worse than if you had no subscribers at all. And you might find some type of group where the people do actually watch the videos, or you've got a watch for watch type thing going on. This is also bad because YouTube is going to see that these are the type of people watching your videos, and YouTube's algorithm is going to try and push your videos or promote your videos to people who have a similar demographic to those people. And because they're interested in a whole bunch of different things, it's probably not going to be people who are actually interested in your content or interested in your niche, and it'll be promoted to these people. They're going to see it. They're not going to engage because they're not interested in it, because it's not actually something of interest to them, and your channel is not going to grow. So that's the gist of the bad stuff, but I'm not really someone to give you a whole bunch of problems without providing some type of solution. So that's what I recommend for you as a small channel to actually grow instead of doing Sub4Sub. Of course, you should follow the basic tactics like having good thumbnails, having a well-designed YouTube homepage that sort of shows what you're about, focus on a specific niche, optimize your video titles and descriptions, etc., etc. But these are tactics, so this is something that you should do. But I want to talk about is video strategy that will actually grow your channel. So what I want you to do is create two different types of content. The first is search-based content. All that this is you answering questions that people are actually asking within your niche. Now, they might seem quite simple. It can be quite confusing when you're getting started to find these types of questions. What you should try and do is to target very specific questions. Broad questions will be monopolized by the larger channels because a lot of people are looking and asking these questions, so they'll be incentivized to make videos on those topics. But what you can do is go very niche down or very specific with your questions, because these will be too small for them to target because it won't be worth their while. But as a new YouTuber, you can get in the door by targeting keywords that might only have a couple of hundred searches per month, a couple of maybe 1,000 searches per month. But because they have such a little traffic, it means that these larger channels are not going to be targeting them, and you have a very good chance of ranking for these keywords. An example of this could be if you're in the dog niche, instead of targeting a keyword like how to teach a dog to walk on a leash or how to leash train a dog, you can go and you can be very specific about a specific type of dog or the age of a dog. So how to leash train a 3-month-old German Shepherd. Right, that's very specific, and obviously it's not going to get as much views as a video that, if it does rank, like how to leash train a dog. But you probably won't be able to rank for that, but you would probably be able to rank for something that's specific because no one else would really be making a video about that topic. And there would be more than enough dog owner or German Shepherd owners that have a 3-month-old German Shepherd and they're trying to leash train them. So you could be providing them value, answering their question. There might only be a couple of hundred, maybe 1,000 searches per month for those type of dog owners, but they will be there and they will keep on coming because people keep getting dogs, they keep getting German Shepherds, and German Shepherds grow. They might not be 3 months yet, but maybe next month they'll be 3 months, and then they'll be interested in that video. What I recommend is to use TubeBuddy to find and validate is being the very important part here, these keywords, these questions, these topics. So TubeBuddy has a nice little graph. If you type in a keyword, you can see how much search traffic it gets roughly, and how competitive that specific keyword is. So you want to target keywords that have low competition and then have some type of traffic. Okay, so when you're starting out, you don't need to go and try and get millions and millions of views or target keywords with millions of views. Obviously, if you can find something that has a lot of views but no competition, then you should definitely go for that. But most of the time, you're not really going to find this. So you're going to find some that have a little bit of traffic but have sort of no competition, or have decent amount of traffic and a little bit of competition. Those are the type of keywords that you should be going after for search. That is the first type of content I want you to make. And now that is what I'm going to say is the foundation to your channel. The second type of content that you want to make is what I would call suggestion or recommendation focused content. So as the name suggests, this type of content is not really focused for search. It's designed more to catch the eye in the suggested and the recommended areas across YouTube. So you're not going to optimize these for search results. You're going to try and optimize these to pique the potential viewer's interest. Generally, these aren't going to be terms that people search for. So some things like mistakes that people make in your niche or something like that. Things you don't know about, whatever in your niche, the easiest or the quickest way of doing something within your niche. These are generally things that people aren't specifically searching for, but if they see them in a suggested or in a recommended area, they will be more enticed, because they'll be wondering, okay, am I making these mistakes? Is there a quicker way of doing this? Is there a better way of doing what I'm doing? And that can sort of pique their interest to then click through. Okay, there's lots of other different variants of this, but yeah, just trying to give you the ground base. A little hack in order to find some of these type of ideas is for you to go to some channels that you're following or some channels in your niche. Go to their video page and then sort by most popular. Most of the time, these type of suggested or recommended based videos are going to be right at the top. So they might have, say, 1, 2, or 3 of these type of suggested based videos in some of the most popular section. And you'll be able to see them quite easily. There won't be something that you'd search for. It'll be something like beginner photography mistakes, or filmmaker reacts to XYZ. Just on that point, the filmmaker reacts, for example, gets 1,400 searches per month, apparently. And if we look here at Peter McKinnon, he's got 10 million views on this filmmaker reacts video, his most popular video. So that's not coming from searches per month. That's not something that's coming from search traffic. That's the suggestion recommended. Obviously, Peter McKinnon's a large and established YouTuber, but that's sort of how this sort of exponential growth with suggested and recommended videos, how that sort of works, is that exponential growth that gets recommended to more people interested in a specific topic. People don't have to search for something, a problem. So that's what happens with search traffic. People look for a problem, whereas with suggested based stuff, it gets pushed to a specific niche of people. There might be millions of people interested in a specific subject, whereas maybe only 1,000 people are trying to solve a specific problem, like teaching a 3-month-old German Shepherd how to walk on a leash. Now, the strategy of these two types of content that I want you to make is 70-30. So 70% search, 30% suggestion-based content. So that 70% search, why you should focus on more on the search is because you don't have much of a following yet. So once you've got more of a following, the suggestion-based content has a higher chance of actually going viral, higher chance of being picked up by YouTube's algorithm and sort of growing. But when you don't have that following, it sort of falls on deaf ears. So you want to use the search traffic to get people to your channel. So that's that foundation I'm talking about. So if you've got a video that ranks well, you could sort of see it growing, but then it'll sort of flatline at a certain point. So once you reach, say, for example, the German Shepherd thing, if it does get 1,000 views per month, or the top ranked video, you might get consistently 1,000 views in that specific video. But if you get a video to be suggested by YouTube, it can sort of exponentially grow the amount of views, but day after day, because it'll be suggested continuously to more people. YouTube will see a small group of people, and then that group will see another group and another group and another group, and that'll sort of branch out. And if it's a good video that's engaging, people will continue to watch it, and it'll continue to expand. But you can't really do that without building that foundation. So that's why you need to focus with the 70% and then just 30% in order to try and just speed that growth up. So you want to still put that fishing rod out there. You don't want to just be targeting search traffic for months and months until you get an X amount of subscribers or views or whatever. You want to still keep that fishing rod out there, because there's a chance that you put that fishing rod out there and then something bites, and it could be something big. So the two things that you should do instead of wasting your time on YouTube Sub4Sub is focus on answering questions that people are actually asking and create videos that pique the interests of people within your niche. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned in this video, or anything about YouTube optimization, growing on YouTube, tips, anything like that, leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer or try and answer. And please just stop doing YouTube Sub4Sub. It's not worth your time. Don't do it. It's just a waste of time. It's not going to help you. Even if you don't follow my tips, just do something else. Don't do YouTube Sub4Sub. That's it for me. I'm going to see you in the next one. Ciao.